So, hello everybody, welcome to our Pacific Rim US Scrum.
Hello.
We are here today, Amy, Patrick, Vijaya, and me, Joel. And let's talk a little bit about how we are doing. So, Amy, shoot.
Okay. So since our last meeting, I got started on ticket 146, which is edit user for the 3 users. And I paired with Vijaya this morning because one of those 3 users, which is job seeker, is already done. So I had her show me how she did it. And from that, I was able to do the logic to um, query for and do something different depending on the type of user in the nav bar. However, I do not know how to then tell the application where to go, specifically the path, so we can talk about that later. I also created an update view for company only outside of company registrations, and it works. So um, that's some kind of progress. And let's see, I have 2 blockers, which are I need to find out how to use the paths, and I need to find out how to capture the agency person ID to direct the path to the agency person's edit page. And that's all.
Amy, did you say that you built a company show view?
No, I didn't build a company show view because the admin, if you're logged in as an admin, there's a company show view already.
Yeah.
What I built was a company edit view. So right now to edit a company or to create a company, it's in company registrations.
Right.
And logically, from the admin page, if you wanted to edit the company,
Got it. Okay.
you go to the company edit page. That didn't exist, so I created it, and it works. It updates that record.
Yeah. I was afraid that I'd already done something that you were working on, but it was the show view, but you already knew that, so we didn't conflict.
Oh,
So that's good.
okay.
That's great.
Okay, so we can talk about your blockers in the end.
Yeah,
So,
at the
Patrick,
end.
Mr. Patrick.
Okay, so I did finish the invite company person process, and so I put another PR together, which is rather massive, by the way. I'm hoping to get away from these very, very large PRs, but I've been building these process stories, which require emails going out and confirmations coming in and all that stuff, so they tend to be big. Anyway, I put the PR in place, and I've failed 3 times so far on the Travis CI build or test. I'm getting a problem with the modal dialog box, as usual. My other modal dialog boxes are not failing, but I've got something in one of my Cucumber tests that's failing. So that's a bit of a blocker to me. I've just started to do more research on how to get about that. So I'll leave the PR in place. I'll probably update it with something tomorrow once I figure out how to get around this thing, and hopefully it'll pass.
Is just this delete one?
Delete registration. Delete registration. Yeah.
Does it work
So when
in your computer?
everything works locally. In fact, when I first did a Travis CI, both delete registration and the one below it, I think, also failed. And then I ran it again, and then just one failed. And now it's persisted failure in the 3rd try, this delete registration test.
Okay. Okay. It looks like we can add a timeout there, but it's strange.
I did. You see this step below, the one
Yes.
that's failing? I have a
Yes.
timeout.
Yeah, I saw it, but in the previous one. previous one, I should see pending registration, and then I click and accept. These are 2 steps, right? Click and
Yep.
accept. So maybe we cannot click and accept. Maybe you can click and then accept.
Well, I had broken it up into 2 steps before, and I found somebody who's grappling with the same problem who recommended, when you look at web steps, you see I've got it in a block, a recommended block, which basically waits on the modal dialog and then executes the accept, supposedly. And that mostly is working, except for this particular modal dialog.
Okay. So we can look into it. Okay. Anything else, Patrick?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Vijay?
Yeah. I replaced my latest development into my future branch. I got some merge conflict. I resolved that. After that, I create the PR, and the integration test is failed. And this morning, based on the Patrick instructions, I resolved my issues and I created the PR. After that, I did a pair program with Amy. I don't have any blockers.
Okay. Do you have anything to go on with?
Yeah, I'm working on that job seeker status field. I already added the form. That one, it is adding to the status update to the database. I had to work on test for that story.
Okay. Okay. So no blockers, right?
No blockers. Okay. If I work, I will get it.
For me, didn't too much. Just accepted a PR. Oh, we need. Okay, I'll just move it here. Boom, and it's done. I just accepted on PR, and that's it. Didn't too much today. So I think we're done. So Amy,
Okay.
back to you.
Okay. Let me
Show
share my
us
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. All right. So I've got 3 different kinds of browsers running one for each of the 3 users. So this is the view. This is the admin view. This is a admin person who's logged in, and the admins are agency people. So this is an agency person who's logged in, and this is an agency person looking at their edit view. Now, in the nav bar menu here, there's a series of cases which covers this part of the nav bar. So right here where the name is, it either, if the user's not logged in, it prompts them to log in or sign up. And if they are logged in, then it shows their name like this, and where that goes depends on what kind of person they are. So there were 2 options already implemented when I got this code base. One is for job seeker, and the other is everybody else. So I've fished out the other 3 kinds of people, and I've confirmed that I have the right kinds of people. But I'm running into this variable here. So let me put it in the chat because I don't know how well you can see it.
Current. I think we can see it pretty good.
I can see it well, yeah.
Okay. Well, I stuck it in the chat anyway because once I start doing something, I have to keep doing it. I don't know. So
your current user actable ID.
Yes. So this has 2 parts. This has the path, which you see being called up here. So if you're an agency person, you have this option in the menu. And this option here is this line of code right here.
Which line of code?
Number 15 in menu.html.
Yep. Okay.
All it does is call the path.
Mm-hmm.
The if cases call both the path and a variable to find the right path.
Typo.
Why are you going to edit if a company person wants to? If a company person wants to click on their name, they should go to edit company person path, not the edit company path, right?
Yes. So let's see what happens when we do edit company person path.
Oh, you need to close the gap between the method name and the left parens.
You're right, I do.
Ruby doesn't like that.
Ruby doesn't like that. No. Okay.
For some reason.
So we're calling edit company person path. And let's see. So company person I have in Chrome. That would be here. Okay. So let's reload that. And it doesn't like it. And the reason why it doesn't like it is that it says that there's an undefined method. You can't read this at all, I'm sure. Let's see. There we go.
Okay, so go to your bash, to your terminal.
Oops.
Yes. Did it open? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you want me to make this bigger?
Not really for now. So in one of them that you don't have running the server, just select another one.
Oh, and another where I don't, where I'm not using the server. Okay, let's see. This is the database view, and then this is. Okay. Oh,
Are you inside the Rails folder though?
Yes, here I am.
Okay, so I just try rake space route.
Plural or singular?
I'm torn.
It's
rake routes.
It's plural.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of them.
Okay.
Okay, so can you find what was the name of the function that you were calling?
I wanted to call edit company person.
Edit company person. Edit company, edit companies, company person new. Okay, where you have your mouse there. Okay.
User, agency.
It's where you have your mouse.
Branch.
Oh, no, not anymore. You had your mouse over it.
I did?
Yes. So it's down.
Okay, here's company people.
Okay, it's on company people.
Okay.
I'm not sure where because it's not showing yet. Here. Because it's like the next 3 lines. Okay, here we go. So we currently have only endpoints for create and for new. Do we have our controller called company_people? Does it have an edit?
Yes.
Okay, so show me the routes file. The routes file.
Yeah, I have too many things open. Hold on a sec.
Oh, you're
Okay.
trying to move the thing there. Oh, okay. So let's find in here, there should be a connection, there should be a resource that is company people. Okay. So do you see the resource called company people?
Yes.
What's that doing is restricting the endpoints or the functions that you'll have to create a new. So we need to add an edit, and we also need to add an update.
Okay.
Right. Now save it.
Okay.
And go back to the terminal. Or there.
Okay.
Not sure if it will work like that, but
this one? This terminal?
And just redo the one you were before, and just redo the rake routes command.
Ah, okay. Thinking. There we go.
Takes a lot of time. So in the same place, you have now edit company person and patch company person.
Okay.
Put.
Okay.
So if we want to edit a company person now, we can call the function edit company person underscore path and pass it the actable ID.
Okay. Now, I've noticed that there's a couple of potential actable IDs. Like, there's an ID that serves as the index in the company people table, and there's an ID that serves as the index in the users table.
The actable ID is used to create inheritance between tables. That's something that do not exist in a normal model of our database. It doesn't exist inheritance, so we added a gem called actable or act as, I'm not sure the name of the gem. It creates this connection for us. So basically it's a for Active Directory.
Okay. So do you think that we have enough now for this to call up that desired view?
I don't know. Just look at the name of the function that you're calling, you see? Is that name on the rake routes?
Edit company person. Yes.
So it should be enough.
Okay.
Well, let's just refresh the page and see what happens.
Okay.
Et voila.
Okay.
So we currently don't have a company person to find anything on, because maybe we want to find on the class itself and not in an instance of the class.
Okay.
Maybe capital C. The other one. Company person, the object. You want to call the find on the object, not on a variable, right? On the object, on the class. Are you following me?
Nope, I don't understand you.
Okay. So, where do you call the method find usually? When you have other controllers and everything, when you want to find something.
Can I interrupt here?
Sure.
One of the problems might be that when you call company person, you have a lowercase c in your controller. That has to be an
Okay.
uppercase. So that
Okay.
will fix your problem. If you go back to your company person controller.
Yeah, but
Okay.
do you understand why that was your problem?
No.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
sorry,
what
you
I
were
was
going
going.
on that path. Got it.
Yeah. So basically, you see, in all our controllers, when we call the functions like find, find all, find by ID, and whatever, that are functions that will retrieve a group of, let's imagine, persons, we call that function directly on the class itself. So what you had there before with the lower C, it was nothing because it didn't exist. But these types of functions like new, find, and find whatever, or order, are called always on the class name itself, on the class, not
Okay.
in a singular object.
Okay.
Okay.
So what parameters do I need to pass it then, or do I need to pass it? Parameters.
If you pass the ID, it should be enough because it's smart enough. No, it's okay. If you send the parameter ID, he knows that by default, when you search for something, you search by ID.
So this code is here mainly because I was copying from another controller that worked.
Yeah.
And what happens here when I call, so let's see, I'm calling find, and then I'm calling params, and params is down here, right?
No.
No?
Params come from the request, the HTTP request.
Okay. So do I still want to be calling params?
Yes. Basically, if you go back to the routes output, to the rake routes output. Okay. Do you see the function? What does it say? That line, it says edit company person, and then it says the type, the method, that is get, and then the URL. If you see the URL, it has
It's the ID in there.
With the ID.
Yeah.
So one of the parameters that come from the HTTP request is that ID. So we need to retrieve it somehow, and that's what params does. Stores all the parameters, and we want from all those parameters, we want the ID.
I see. So now that I've corrected it to change lowercase to uppercase, it should work?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so a couple of things here. See how testing appears twice?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first testing, I don't know if you can see it all the way down at the bottom, but the first testing generates the URL company people /2 / edit. And then, so that's for company people. And then the second one is calling from devise. And that is the ID 9.
Can you show the other one? The other one is which ID?
The other one is this.
Yes, but can you hover the other one? Yeah, that's a 2. You're saying that is device that places it there? Can you show me the view?
Company people too? No, the view isn't working. See?
No. I know. Show me the code of the view.
Oh. I think it's in the menu here.
Can you show
So
me where it prints the name?
Yes. That is here.
Okay. So if you look at that block of code, you'll see that it doesn't make much sense, because you have if, and then you have another if, and then you have another if, and then an else.
Uh-huh.
So if the first thing it does, it's if it's a job seeker, it just puts one link. If it's a company person, it puts another link.
Uh-huh.
If it's an agent person, puts another link.
Uh-huh.
If it's not an agent person, it will put the last line. So we have here a chain of ifs that should be if, else if, else if, else if, else if, and
Oh.
then else. Because you see, it will evaluate always all the ifs. There.
What's else if in Ruby again? I think they changed it.
You're asking how it's written?
Yep. How is it written?
Let me check.
It's okay. I'll ask Google.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Oh, else if. Here we go. See?
You have to remove E.
Yeah, just need to remove any.
You might want to just make that a case statement. It might be easier than having a bunch of nested if-elses and all of that nonsense.
They're not nested, but yeah.
They're not nested, but they should be, right? That's the point.
No, they're equal. It's a
Oh, with the else if, now it's okay, yeah. Amy, when you're done, I need to bring up another topic related to what you're doing, actually.
Okay.
We have another potential conflict here. Well, not conflict, but we need to resolve different
Okay.
approaches.
Okay. So we're down to one. We're down to one name,
Yeah.
and it's
One
supposed to
name.
take me to company people. It just doesn't.
Probably don't have an edit view built yet.
Okay. That could be true. In which case, it should work for the agency person.
Maybe it shouldn't, because it's. Oh, you're saying you see that function doesn't look like it goes to the correct place. I'm not sure.
Part 2.
That goes to a place, but that's supposed to be only accessible to the agency administrator. Anybody with the role of agency admin, not any agency person is supposed to go there. In fact, when we put can, when we implement can, they'll be rejected. But so it should be an edit agency person path, another URL, just like company person.
Okay. So that means that there's a. Oops. That means that there's different kinds of agency people. So what kinds of agency people are there? So there's the agency admin.
Agency.
There are just one type of agency person, but a person can have one or more agency roles. So it's really role.
I see.
Yeah. And there's actually a table called agency role in which the roles are stored in the database.
I see.
And we have AA, or we have an admin role. We have a job developer role. We have a case manager role. I think that's it right now. The admin role will be enabled by can to do certain things that people without that role can't do.
I see. Now, are the roles exclusive? Like if you're an admin, you won't be a job dev or a case manager?
No.
Or are they inclusive, like you could be all three, or is there some other arrangement?
You could have 0 to N, you could be everything, in fact.
You could be anything. Okay.
Anything and everything, yeah.
Okay. And then it's always going to look like this, though, right? Here's
So
your
this
different
person
roles.
here, Chet Pitts, is not logged in. Who's logged in is John Smith, and John in this database seeds file
Uh-huh.
has the agency admin role. That's why he can see Chet Pitts. And if you go back to the Chet Pitts view that you had,
Uh-huh.
where it said Chet, yeah, exactly. Oh, now he's looking at himself.
Yeah, now we're at John. So, Patrick, are you telling me that this is a different kind of function? Like, I should not direct the agency person here. This is for editing people's roles to be done by a third party?
It's to be edited people's roles to be done by the agency administrator who assigns roles to people. People cannot willy-nilly assign or unassign roles to themselves. That has to be managed. That's the heart of what I want to talk to you about, the company person work that you're doing.
Okay.
Because we have the same exact phenomenon. We have an agency admin. We also have a company admin.
Mm-hmm.
A company admin performs the same function for a company that an agency admin performs for an agency.
I see.
It might be more helpful if I could show you my screen to
Okay.
make it a little more concrete what I'm talking about.
You guys, I have to go now.
Sorry.
You guys can I believe you guys can just keep on going, and I'll just move out. I'll just close my window, and this should be on.
Okay.
Let me just remove you.
If we get booted, we can just start a pairing session.
Or that.
Right.
Okay. So,
Excuse me.
thank you guys. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay.
See ya. So, can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes.
So here's that infamous John. He's the agency administrator.
Uh-huh.
And on the admin page, which is what we're looking at right now, you can see companies.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have 3 companies, one of which registration was denied, one of which is active, the other one is pending. So I'm going to just go to the active company. And that company now has 3 people. Actually, I've used the first and last name twice for 2 different people. But anyway, you get the idea. And then this third person has been invited, but they have not yet responded to the invite. So let's look at one of these guys who's an active company person for this company. So we'll go there. Now this here is actually the edit page. If you looked at edit company person path, which I've implemented it in this system here, as you just tried to execute in your system, this is where you go. The reason is that because this is an admin user, this admin user can do things like delete this person entirely from the company. Or if they click on edit, edit is where it takes us to the edit company person path, which I've got implemented here differently than you do, Amy. So if I edit the person, because I'm the admin, edit person to me means I can assign various roles or deassign. And there'll be other things that are added to the edit company person that an admin would do as time goes on, but right now it's just these things.
Okay,
So
and this is third-party company person editing. It's not as in my story where they're doing it for themselves.
Exactly. Yours is more of a personal profile edit phenomenon.
That's a great term, personal profile edit.
Yeah. So I have built my company person controller to have all the CRUD actions. And the CRUD actions themselves are pretty much the province of the company or the agency administrator in my world. So I'm wondering how we're going to actually accommodate the ability for a user to do their own sense of editing, if you will, their own limited editing, like their name, etc. I'm wondering if we need another controller, or we can piggyback on what device has and customize what they do.
Okay.
We need to think that through.
Yeah.
But you see the conflict here, right?
Yeah. Okay, so there's 2 kinds of. I'm still absorbing that there's 2 kinds of personal editing. There's a personal profile editing.
Right.
And then there's personnel management.
Exactly. So if I go back to the admin page and I've got these agency personnel just like you were looking at, I'll pick Chet again. So because I'm logged in as the admin, when I look at a person, I have this thing called Edit Person button at the bottom, Edit Person. So when I click on that, that gets the screen that we're looking at on your screen. So I'm the admin. Chet Pitts is just another person at the agency. And I could say, well, gee, my boss has said I need to add, I need to assign software developer JavaScript in this kind of role. Chet's going to specialize in placement for these kind of people. He's going to be a job developer for this guy who doesn't have a job developer assigned to him yet. And it'll be case manager for Frank Williams. So I'm assigning roles here. Well, he already had job developer and case manager role because there are already people assigned. You see what I mean? So when I hit update, now Chet has different responsibilities. But we can't have each agency person have access to do this for themselves. It would just be chaos. It's got to be kind of controlled, you know?
Yeah.
But certainly their user login profile, their name, etc., and their password changes, all that's got to be managed. The agency admin is not going to be in the business of managing Chet Pitt's personal password. That would be nuts, in violation of everything we hold dear for security. So we've got this. Been thinking about this problem for a while, and now I thought it'd be a while before we got there, but now you're coming right into it. So we have to solve this problem.
Okay. Well, let me ask the question a different way.
Yeah.
Why do we need that yellow name to show different views?
That yellow name?
Yeah. Why do we need different views for the jobs